Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope that this video finds you well. So, for the last 3 months since Donald Trump became president, we've been hearing about the Autopen scandal. Joe Biden using the Autopen, and I've been covering this, and I've been predicting they will all be overturned, and the people that he pardoned are all going to go to prison. And there are going to be people that were using the Autopen, they're going to go to prison. And I had comments saying, "VLAD, nothing's going to happen." Wrong. Ed Martin says that there is now 3 high-level former Joe Biden staff members. I mean, these were high levels. He didn't give us names because they are whistleblowers. They lawyered up, and they are whistleblowers because they said, "We rather come and testify and get a good deal now than have you come and arrest us later." Ladies and gentlemen, that is huge. Number 2, and we're going to get into all that. And he says arrests are coming. And I'm going to play you the clip. You're going to see Ed Martin say arrests are coming. We know who used the Autopen. We have 3 whistleblowers that came forward just because they rather come snitch now and get a good deal than wait till later, get indicted with everyone else, and go away for 2-3 decades. On top of that, the big, beautiful bill. It's so big. It's so beautiful. It passed the House of Representatives. The Democrats, they're ugly. Ours, it's beautiful. Big, beautiful bill passed in the House of Representatives. On top of that, I am going to play you a video of Leticia James admitting on camera and in front of a crowd of people. She tried to make an excuse, but she admitted to committing mortgage fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is going to be great. It's the best. There is no other. Smash that thumbs up. Subscribe, leave me a comment. Where are you tuning in from today? And really quickly, before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, today's sponsor is VERITY Metals. Ladies and gentlemen, look at precious metals. They're on the uppity up. When Trump was president, first time, gold skyrocketed to over 51%. Is it going to happen again? I'm not a financial advisor, but history repeats itself. Gold and silver are a great way, a constitutional way to protect your assets, like your 401ks, IRAs, cash retirement plans, and everything in between. Call or text 480-717-9081. Tell them that VLAD sent you. They'll give you free silver on your next qualifying order. These people are patriots, people of faith, huge Trump supporters. They'll take real good care of you. Links are down below in the description. First story I want to show you, ladies and gentlemen, is let's jump into the Ed Martin. Let's do that. Let's get into why you came here. You came here for the bread and butter. And here we go. Ed Martin identifies gatekeepers involved in the Biden Autopen scandal. Says whistleblower has come forward with shocking allegations. So he did an interview with Two-Way Tonight. It's like an hour long, so I'm going to give you the highlights. DOJ pardon attorney Ed Martin discussed Biden's growing Autopen scandal this week with journalist Mark Halperin on the Two-Way Tonight podcast. Last Tuesday, Ed Martin said that the Justice Department is reviewing Joe Biden's last-minute pardons since it has become increasingly clear he was incapacitated during his presidency. Ed Martin this Tuesday revealed he wrote to the Biden family and others. A senior Democrat whistleblower came forward with shocking allegations. So Ed Martin wrote a letter to the Biden family and said, there's a whistleblower. And he told them this, lawyer up. So, and a couple of people lawyered up. So Ed Martin already told the Biden family, hey, there's a whistleblower. Get some lawyers. Quote, the Biden pardons are unprecedented, he added. He goes on to say, I had a whistleblower in my office 10 days ago. Senior Democrat saying, look, it was these 3 people that controlled access, and they were making money off of it. Remember yesterday I posted a video and said they were making money? My prediction came right. So they were making money off of it. Ed Martin told Mark Halperin, I don't know if I believe it yet, but the point is I think we have to get to the bottom of it for the American people and to protect the process. And that's what we're doing. Although Ed Martin couldn't name names, he said the senior Democrat whistleblower worked as a high-level advisor in Joe Biden's 2020 campaign. The three gatekeepers were allegedly selling access to the Autopen, where Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, Mal Lover, and senior White House advisor, Anita Dunn, and Biden attorney, Bob Bauer. Ed Martin also said former Biden counsel Steve Ricchetti and Jill Biden were also lead characters in the Biden White House.
Here's another thing that happened today. The president, if you were with us on the morning meeting, you saw, talked at length, 2 stops before he went into the meeting with the House conference, talked to the media, and he talked a lot about.
Oh, okay.
Well, just so you know.
Just so I know.
As you see, it's a really long video, but we're going to continue going on this. So a whistleblower is saying that there were several people in Biden's administration who charged the money for pardons, who charged money to pass legislation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is massive. This is massive. I told you, Joe Biden, we can't blame him for anything. He wasn't there. I mean, we can blame him, but dude's got dementia. The Oversight Project recently released analysis of Joe Biden's pardons of family members, Dr. Fauci, General Milley, J6 on Select Committee, and Gerald Lundergan, right? Joe Biden also issued a blanket pardon for his son, Hunter Biden, after promising not to intervene in the DOJ's prosecution of tax and gun crimes. On January 19, 2025, just one day before Trump was set to be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, Joe Biden issued a flurry of pardons to his family members, Fauci and others. Now, I showed you guys this video before. Look, all the pardons. These are for Joseph R. Biden Jr., that one is for Dr. Fauci, for Milley, J6 committee, and look, they're all the same. All the same. So before we move on to the next story, what do we know? There are whistleblowers who are going to the DOJ office, sitting with Ed Martin, probably with Pam Bondi, and spilling the beans on the Biden administration, on Jill Biden. And Ed Martin already, let's go back to here, what he said. Why do I think he did this? Ed Martin this Tuesday revealed he wrote to the Biden family and others and a senior Democrat Democrat whistleblower came forward with shocking allegations. Do you know why I think he wrote them all a letter? I think he wrote them a letter to say, Biden, Jill, Joe, come here, tell us the truth, or go down with the ship. And on top of that, he says, a couple of people have already lawyered up, Ed Martin said. So him sending that letter is saying, Jill, Joe, come play ball. Do you guys really want to go down with the rest of the ship? Do you really want your legacy, as bad as it is, to get even worse? How about your legacy will be, okay, I regret doing what I did, but I'm sorry. I repent in front of the American people. We're sorry. Here's the truth. Here's what happened. We'll testify. Big, beautiful bill. It's big. It's beautiful. It's the best. The Democrats, they're ugly. They have nothing. They don't have a bill. They will only die on the hill of illegal immigration. I'm working on my Trump. Voice. Boom! New House passes Trump's big, beautiful bill by 1 vote, despite 2 GOP defections and 1 falling asleep during vote. The only reason, here's how God intervened yesterday. You guys do know, I keep forgetting his name. A Democrat congressperson passed away 24 hours ago from cancer, and he was going to vote no on this bill. And if he were still alive, the big beautiful bill would not have passed. The only reason it passed is because he went into the afterlife. Did God step in? I don't know, but it passed by one vote, miraculously. And the only reason it passed is because one guy. But here's the biggie. Here's, ladies and gentlemen, the icing on the cake. Leticia James. As you all know, she's being investigated by the DOJ, by the FBI, by some attorneys in New York. Panic Leticia James rambles through bizarre explanation for mortgage fraud, claims she, quote, mistakenly filled out forms incorrectly. Before I play you the clip, have no pity on her. Let me remind you, when she indicted Donald Trump, and Trump said, I never filled out any paperwork. I had people that I hired and I paid them. They filled everything out on my behalf. She said, it doesn't matter whether you made a mistake, whether it was an honest mistake, or if you hired somebody and they made a mistake. It goes back to your name, and she still indicted Trump. But she's admitting that she didn't hire someone and they made a mistake. She herself made the mistake. Let's watch the clip.
As you know, we filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump and his family. We secured $454 million judgment against him, which is on appeal. The case is on appeal. I have no idea when that case will be decided. This investigation into me is nothing more than retribution. It's baseless. It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be. And in the mortgage application, I indicated that I would not live in Virginia and I was not a resident. They just took the power of attorney and they're using that as a basis for enforcement for their investigation, when in reality,
doesn't she look worried?
The power of attorney was never used to determine my eligibility for a mortgage for my niece for a home in the state of Virginia. My niece who has children, and because I am I wanted her to have a home.
Now, watch again and listen. You will hear her admit to the crimes 3 times.
As you know, we filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump and his family. We secured $454 million judgment against him, which is on appeal. The case is on appeal. I have no idea when that case will be decided. This investigation into me is nothing more than retribution. It's baseless. It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be. And in the mortgage application, I indicated that I would not live in Virginia and I was not a resident. They just took the power of attorney and they're using that as a basis for enforcement for their investigation, when in reality, the power of attorney was never used to determine my eligibility for a mortgage for my niece for a home in the state of Virginia. My niece who has children, and because I am a bit on, I wanted her to have a home.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, sorry. So she admitted there several times that she committed mortgage fraud. She What's going? What? 1 second. What's going on? Okay, you guys can hear me now. 1 second. Yeah. There we go. That was weird. You guys hear me now, right? Let me know if you hear me now. You hear me now? Okay. Lisa? Okay, good. So she admitted there several times that she broke the law, that she, made mistakes, but she indicted Trump for the same thing. And by the way, guys, I apologize. StreamYard sometimes does weird things. It barely ever happens, but it happens. No, it's the StreamYard app. Now, I'm going to show you guys a few more clips of amazing news. I have a more amazing update. Check this out. This is the Democratic representative, New Jersey Representative McCleaver, that was indicted by the DOJ, the black lady, for assaulting ICE agents. They did an interview. Look at what she does.
Congresswoman, you are now facing a federal charge, though. Are you afraid of what's going to transpire now?
You fight on, you fight on, you fight on, you fight on. When your government is doing you wrong, you fight on, oh, you fight on.
Congresswoman, you are now facing a federal charge.
Let's watch it again.
Are you
It's only 30 seconds, but
afraid of what's going to transpire now?
You fight on.
Come on, everybody.
You fight on. You fight
Come on, everyone, sing with me.
on. You fight on. When your government is doing you wrong, you fight on. Oh, you fight on.
Fight.
Congresswoman,
fight,
you are now
fight.
facing a federal charge, though. Are you afraid of what's going to transpire now?
I mean, I'm putting this on for her. Do you guys remember January 6th? Trump said patriotically and peacefully protest, and we got to fight corruption, and then they used that as inciting a riot. She literally writes a song about inciting a riot and sings it on CNN. You fight on. Come on, I hope you guys sang with me. It was a sing-along. When your government is doing you wrong, you fight on. You fight on. Let's go. Man, that's a catchy song right there, baby. Okay, we're going to. Here we go. This is what Trump yesterday commented before. Well, he commented on Joe Biden, on the Autopen, the legislation, and he questioned everything. Check it out.
What happened, because Biden, look, it's a very sad thing what happened, but I really we're going to start looking into this whole thing with who signed this legislation. Who signed legislation opening our border? I don't think he knew. I said there's nobody that would want an open border. Nobody. And now I find out that it wasn't him. He auto-penned it. Who was operating the auto-pen? This is a very serious thing. We had a president that didn't sign anything. He auto-penned almost everything. He opened the borders of the United States of America. And I kept saying, who would do such a thing? Allowing criminals to pour in from all over the world, not just South America, all over the world. They came in from Africa, they came in from Asia.
I want to stop for a second. This one. I wish one of these bombshells would go off. Somebody would be held criminally accountable. Do you not know how many people have been criminally indicted in the government? 3 Congress people, a mayor, 5 judges across the nation, Democrats. Right now, we got Leticia James, Jack Smith, Big Panny Fanny, the Biden crime family. They're all under investigation, and those are just a matter of time. It's going to happen.
They came from the Congo. The prisons in the Congo in Africa, these are rough people. The prisons from the Congo are empty. You know where they are? They're in this country. Who would sign this? Nobody would sign it. No sane person would sign it. You know who signed it? Radical left lunatics that were running our country, and the Autopen signed it. And they didn't want him, and they were disappointed in getting him because they wanted Bernie Sanders. And then after about 2 weeks, they said, wait a minute, this is a gift. He'll do anything. We're going to use the Autopen. And they use the Autopen and everything.
When the president of the United States is calling you out and your entire administration, trust me, something behind the scenes is happening. By the way, so Fox News, what's going on? What happened? Hold on, let me refresh this. They sent their street photographer guy, what's going on, to James Comey's book signing. Oh my goodness. What's going on with Twitter? Did Twitter just crash? Nope. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, there we go. They sent him to James Comey to ask James Comey to sign a seashell. You watch it. We're gonna end it after this one, but this is the funniest thing I have seen in the last 17 years. Watch.
We wanted answers from Comey, so we sent Johnny to investigate the investigator.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's great to meet you.
Director Comey,
Yeah.
how are you?
Good, thank you.
Jesse Waters from Fox has a question.
Yeah.
Why do you want an 86 Trump?
Ooh. And look how angry Comey's about to get.
All right.
Director?
I'm not taking questions like that now.
Why would you
Just sign the book.
why would you post that?
And look, he grabbed the seashell.
Director Comey? How was your interview with the Secret Service?
Puts it on the table. What's going on with X?
Director?
I'm not taking questions like that now.
Why would you
Just sign the book.
why would you post that?
Come on.
Director Comey? How was your interview with the Secret Service?
Ooh. What is going on with X? Ladies and gentlemen, that's not me. Something's wrong with X. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but X is apparently down. There we go. Here we go.
How was your interview with the Secret Service?
There we go.
You want the book signed, really?
Absolutely.
Okay, you got it, bud.
Look.
Can you sign my seashell too? Which beach is this that you're going to? You find a Kamala seashell, 8647. This is a politically charged beach, Director.
Yeah, something's wrong with X today, ladies and gentlemen. The moral of the story is they thought and rigged 2020, install demented old man who's lost, confused, and dying. And they thought they would get away with it. They'll indict Trump. Maybe they'll shoot him in the face. Public assassination. Who knows? And MAGA's going to be gone forever. Remember in 2021, even many Republicans were like, oh, MAGA's done forever. We are back. Stronger than ever. More united than ever. And it's them that is falling apart, that is collapsing. Ladies and gentlemen, when everything is said and done, and down the future, when we're all gone and historians are studying this period, no, they're studying the Trump-Biden era, here's what they're going to see. Trump was one of the most honest, hardworking, patriotic, pro-America presidents this country has ever seen. But the media smeared him. They attacked him. And then Joe Biden and his administration and all the Democrats were the most corrupt, were the sellouts, and were actually working for the CCP. This will be written in history books. It will be, history is going to remember the Democrats as a shame, as an embarrassment in our history. And Trump and MAGA as the new party that rises up and saves this nation from socialism, communism, and dictatorship. With that being said, God bless you guys. Have a great day. Stay tuned. Do me a huge favor. Share the link to this video with a friend or two. Really helps me get the word out and fight the algorithm. God bless you. Stay tuned.